So it seemed like we had a breakthrough in terms of burden sharing within the Eurozone, Karen, in the shape of the Merkel and Macron plan. The Frugal Four threatened perhaps to change that or disrupt that. We'll have to wait and see. Is there risk for peripheral bond yields and bond spreads in the periphery if we don't see the Merkel and Macron plan gaining momentum?
I think it will shift the pressure back to the ECB. I mean, the good thing about the recovery fund was it took some of that pressure off the ECB to provide the region-wide solution. I also think, it was a really good step forward in demonstrating the solidarity, the potential solidarity. So I do think it will have an impact on global investors' confidence with regards to the future of the Eurozone. However, I think the voices coming from, as you called them, the Frugal Four, I think what will happen is this will be about tweaking the plan rather than stopping it happening. So I think the particular area of disagreement is to what extent the payouts should be grants or whether they should be loans. And so what we could have, and obviously we'll see the details of their plans, and then I'm sure we'll go into stages of negotiation, but maybe that's what will change, that it won't be entirely grants, there will be aspects of loans. So I think it will come to fruition, but perhaps in a slightly modified form. But as I say, really once again puts the pressure back on the ECB. We've got the ECB on, I think it's the 4th of June. We do expect them to announce an extension to their asset purchase program. And maybe the implication is that they would have to do more. They would have to go bigger.
Does it relieve the pressure on, for example, Spain to relax its lockdown? I was impressed yesterday to see that Spain is going to extend for another 2 weeks. Is that okay now because it's paid for? I mean, are Spain and Italy going to be propped up by the richer northern nations?
Well, this is where I think the details and what we see, it's going to be a pivotal 2 weeks for the Eurozone. With regards to Spain or any of these lockdown decisions, certainly the way I've been thinking about this is, we've had this narrative develop as if we have either an economic choice or a health choice. And, that in my mind just isn't right. If what happens is governments ease lockdowns too early and we have a resurgence in the infection rate, then what will happen is people will themselves choose to lock down. It will be voluntary rather than mandatory, and you'll still get the economic effects. So I think, governments that are showing that they are, playing the long game, taking the appropriate choices based on their current infection rate, their current situation, the current track and trace, etc., will actually be, I think, rewarded by investors when they consider the medium-term best case economic recovery.